Alright, Dog and Dongs here. Gonna go over one of our replays from late October. We were pushing as our less 10 for gold. We do our usual in Jade. We missed a bunch of skills. The Leona flashes, it's fine. We wouldn't have killed her anyway. But the purpose of going through this vlog is to critique really micro level playing, as long as some macro level playing. So it's sort of like, can be thought of how to play things in an ideal scenario, not really how you would actually play things out. But I mean, under the philosophy that you want to try to play things out in an ideal way, but things don't ever work that way. We strive to do so. So, one thing that we note right off the bat, when we invaded blue side jungle, we got a ward down. So we noticed that she started gromping them blue buff, which means she's a slow jungle and she's not very good at clearing her jungle. So she'll probably finish up at red at about 4 minutes or so. And then she either has the option after clearing red to go base, take wraiths, or gank, or take the scuttle crab, depending on how much health she has. So we should be careful at about 4 minutes. If we can get a ward at race at about 3.5 minutes, that would tell us if he took scuttle or wraiths, and just give us more information. So if you take that out of she's going to back after that because she won't have that much health left to gank, and she'll be able to finish off her jungle item. So we're going to be pretty blind at their jungle for a while now, but our mid and top laner should be playing sort of passive at around 3.5 to 4 minutes. And our jungler, Vi, should also be thinking if either of those two lanes could be ganked, middle or top, because then that would influence Sejuani's decision after she takes red, hits level 3, it's an easy lane for her to gank, then she's going to gank. Right there, you just saw Brand hit a stun. I didn't follow up quick enough. The minute I see Brand hit his pillar, and there's no minions in the way of Leon, I should be expecting him to throw out a Q right away, and I should start walking up the lane to deal damage. But I was too slow, and I didn't get in a position to put any damage off the stun. So we let Leona sort of escape. Yasuo was playing really aggressive, and he just got punished. Vi should know that Aurelia is going to stun her if she has more health, so you have to pop that Q before and try to knock her up and auto cancel to try to get some burst off on her, but okay, so Leona gets the hook in, which isn't so horrible. We punish back on Leona for getting too far ahead of Triss. If Triss would have W'd in, they might have been able to get more damage, but whatever. That was a little ambitious. Gave some presence, but okay, so we haven't seen Sejuani at all right now ganking. We were able to get some wards in behind their wolf camp, but we really have no idea where she is. If we don't see their jungler for this long, we should really try to ward their side of the map some, because we're completely blind. I mean, anybody could be getting ganked right now, and this is an example of that happening. But he'll be okay. But he did have a lot of pressure on the Aurelia, who was low and hadn't gone back to base yet, and he had base. Yasuo had base, so Sejuani just sort of bought time for Aurelia to base safely while Yasuo was trying to pin her and zone her out of CS. So that's a minor loss in what could have potentially grew us a more bigger lead in mid lane. So now Aurelia teleports back to mid, doesn't lose any CS. Vlad and Hecarim still farm lane. I think Hecarim should be playing a little more aggressive on Vlad. He got pushed in early in lane phase, but Vlad's Q is like a 12-second CD at like ranks 1 through 3-ish. So you should really try to be punishing him, especially if you start Flask. You should really be pushing him and bullying him into his lane. That's a winning lane until like level 9. Here, I fix my mistake. I see the pillar come, no minions in the way, I immediately auto minion to get in range and follow up, and we burst Triss down through the stun duration, which is exactly what I should have done the first time, but we get this. So I mean, at this point, we see bot lanes winning. We're pushing in. and we're not killing them, but we have control of our lane. So Vi should be thinking two things. One, their jungler's probably going to try to come bottom to punish us because they have a Leona Trist lane, which is really good at setting up ganks. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, so this is a little bit of a misplay. Whenever Ryan knows that Vi's coming, he should E in early to try to bait out the Aurelia slow or stun or whatever, so that he can get, so that Aurelia can't use it to escape. And Nick should Q early and then sidestep to his right and auto, and then use his animation cancel auto to try to get his burst off. So that you sort of push the Aurelia into the middle of the lane instead of pushing her back towards her turret. And then you want to always put CC in as far away from the enemy's turret as you can, just so that the follow-up from Yasuo is easier and you can try to burst her down. So after you do a gank middle and you don't get them down low, both the mid laner and jungler can try to use their wards if they have them, because now you have sort of control. You're not face checking because their mid laner can't help. But this is a good opportunity to put some wards down across the map. So, yeah, so this was obvious. I mean, Aurelia's low health, sticking around. I mean, you know that there has to be a gank coming. And Sejuani just comes for basically a free kill. Ryan does a good job delaying it, but there's no help in sight. So he's going to just eventually go down here. So that's twice now that we've had Aurelia under her tower, low health, where we could try to take control, but Sejuani came sort of obvious both times, and sort of gave Aurelia an advantage whenever she was in a losing situation. I'm not really sure what we're doing bottom here. I mean, we're zoning them out, I guess. I mean, Trist naturally pushes. This is a little ambitious. I don't know. There was definitely a miscommunication here. It's hard to say whose fault that was between bot lane and Vi. We didn't really do anything. But I'm not sure if there's anything to be had. So here now, Sejuani tries to counter gank. This is obvious because we had the ward. So now we know that all we have to do is just dodge the Sejuani ult. And that's dodge the Sejuani ult and don't get hooked by Leona because she's not 6 yet. So if that happens, we can easily turn it around. If that doesn't happen, then we'll die. But it looks like Sejuani doesn't even want it yet. So Nick face checks. That was probably a bad decision just because we hadn't seen Sejuani leave yet. Okay, I haven't coolest at my ult, so it's forgiving. But it is a little ambitious. So Sejuani comes back in. Like I said, all you do is dodge the ult, just side. She Qs in, and she ults in the same direction that she's facing, which is the most obvious way to throw a skill shot, is to look where you're shooting it. So that's an easy dodge, and then we get a good teleport from Yasuo to clean up, and Vi's there still, because Sejuani was just camping bottom. For our junglers and for any other junglers, if they're going to sit in a lane for over a minute, then the reaction is so easy. So if you're ever sitting in a lane trying to gank and you're just sitting there, especially if you know that you were warded when you were going there, then it just makes the counter so easy. So we do a really good job, counter bottom, get a kill, and then we take Dragon. So now we're in a really good position. This Vlad pulls a classic, pop the combo, and then ult. So here, I guess Vi was just doing something weird, and Ryan was probably expecting her to be there sooner. That's probably just miscommunication. I don't know if we even I can't remember this game, so I don't even know if we communicated that Brian wanted Vi to come, or if Vi said she was coming, or if Brian just got jumped on and Vi wasn't sure if she should help or not. I mean, at this point, Ryan's getting out of control, Vlad's getting ahead, so they have two solo laners that can make a really big difference. So we should be sort of thinking of ways to either slow them down or reverse the situation in our favor. Our bot lane's in a pretty good position. I mean, 80 to 44 CS over Trish has a weak mid game. So we still have a chance. I mean, Hecarim with Trinity Force plus ult, or I guess if he gets an item and his ult will be good mid game, and Yasuo can ult off of a bunch of people on our team right now. So we still have the potential to win mid-game fights. So it's not all's not lost yet. But it's nice now, sort of in the mid-game, we can see we're really getting more vision of the Sejuani as she goes around the map. In the early game, for the first like 5 minutes, we were completely dark to her movements, and we gave her an opportunity to really set things up. She got the Aurelia head, and then that sort of snowballed into more. But I mean, the top side of their jungle, and in the river top side, is really quite dark for most of this game. You guys have probably noticed, and will keep noticing, I assume. I haven't really watched this yet. So at this point, I think we're just trying to zone out the Trist and just let me complete a Bork so that I'll have a really big mid-game power spike. I can try and transfer that into a mid-game fight before she gets really anything going. It looks like Hecarim is going to put some ward down, which is good. Oh no, he had already used it and got clear, so he's trying to come forward. And this Aurelia is just, at this point the Aurelia is too far ahead. Yasuo can barely sit in lane. If she gets her stun off, it's over half of his health. So here we go with another brand stun. Get some good follow-up now that I know how much fucking damage that fucking dude does. So Sejuani comes out, didn't have vision. We get both hit by the stun, but their damage dealer is gone. So now I sort of hop in really odd angles, not really playing this optimally, but Sejuani just didn't have her Q up in time, so we got lucky there. And we get 3 kills. So now our bot lane is really, really rolling. I should have known there's a teleport coming. I can play like a complete idiot, run back towards my minions to give Aurelia something to Q2. And I was just thinking to split from Bran so we both don't die, but I should have just walked back away from minion wave. So everybody couldn't tele-Q, thank you me. So I gave Aurelia another kill for free. So basically, I've seen Aurelia get 3 kills for free now, and walk away when we should have got a kill on the Vi game made. And I mean, this Vladimir is just pushing the Hecarim in. There really is some good kill pressure on this Vlad top if we can get a gank from either Vi or Yasuo. I mean, Yasuo's been playing aggressive even though he's down, so he's been putting pressure on mid at least. This Vlad is basically doing whatever he wants and pinning Vince to his tower. I mean, this is just what happens if you don't take advantage of Vlad's really weak early game and you let him farm with you, then he gets that early Hextech revolver and he has really good harass underneath your own tower because of his Q has a nice range and it heals him about 1 tower shot, so he can just sit there under your tower and just harass you out. So this is actually good that we get a gank from Vi, although it was sort of untimely because this was like the one time that Vince pushed back into Vlad. But nevertheless, it's nice to just put pressure, let Vince push out so he can maybe base and buy a new item. But we see Sedge here, and Vi makes her way up, which is good. So it's sort of a 2v2, but you guys are behind. There was a little miscommunication. If Vince had known that Ryan was planning on teleporting, he definitely wouldn't have flashed out. So that sort of leaves a little bit to be desired. And then this just gets pretty ugly. It could have been a really at least 1 free kill, and it ends up sort of going in their favor. So it's another misplay, sort of jungler laners miscommunication, not really following up on each other's plays properly. That just sort of gives them more kills, and that just took a long time. I don't mind trying to make the teleport play top to turn things around, but investing that much in giving Aurelia a tower, we just need to execute. But overall, it's a good idea, but we just need to make sure everyone's on the same page. So yeah, but it was like Hecarim, Vince is now really starting to trade well with this Hecarim. I really can't remember the reason why we wanted to play our bot lane so slow. I mean, we are doubling the Tristan CS at like 15 minutes, so I was probably just feeling comfortable. I mean, also, Leona is really bad when her laner pushes. So Leona is like a really big gambit lane, because Leona is all in, but she can't all in under our tower, and Trist can't help but to push. So whenever you see a lane like this with like a Triss Leona type lane, the easiest way to abuse them is just let them push in. Triss can't CS everything, Leona can't help her, and just play off of that. But maybe this game our team could have used more pushing from our bot lane so we could try to help shut the Aurelia Vlad combo down. But I think I was really tunneling on just really keeping this Tristana's mid-game power like to be complete shit and see if we could play around that. So I really wanted to touch more on the jungle, but this goes much quicker than I anticipated. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, there's a lot more we could be talking about in the jungle. Maybe in another one when I'm more comfortable with my time allotment. We can talk. I can touch more on how to play off of their jungler's movements, not just for the Luciara jungler, but how everybody can play smarter off of it. And we've sort of seen a couple examples already of just neglecting jungle information, how it's goodness. So here I see Vi coming in. I play really aggressive. Whenever Vi sees Sejuani, that shouldn't be an ult. I'm pretty sure we had vision of Sejuani before Vi ulted. And I had 5 bot, I just sacrificed myself to separate me from Kabbalah, give them a kill, because I was dead. I was dead to rights anyway. Only Vlad teleported, Aurelia didn't teleport there, so I don't know, maybe, I can't remember if we had an MIA call, but I guess we were just so committed that we didn't really care. We got, whenever they sent 5, it was over. And Yasuo just pushes too far up without respecting how quickly Aurelia can get back into lane. She just walks from bottom up the river. I mean, there's lack of vision and just not calculating walking speeds properly. And it's flashed down for both mid laners and a kill for Aurelia. Yeah, I mean, Yasuo doesn't even have a second tier turret to fall back to, so that's really bold to do that far up. But Hecarim got a Visage, so he's just trying to sit in lane with Vlad. He doesn't need to assassinate the Triss because she's so far behind, so I think this is an okay first buy. Maybe just getting Spectre's Cal Merc treads into Triforce would have been better, I'm not sure. Vlad does a good job here rotating to the top tower to keep it alive till Hecarim gets back. So we see Sej. Brand does a good job of not being afraid of Sejuani and just going into the body, getting a combo off. I got stuck over the wall though. I should have tried to Q hop over the wall and get back in there, but I think I must have been afraid of something. It might have been the Aurelia. So of course my Ren leads her down. One more auto Ren would have killed her. So now I'm just fucked, so I just have to get out. I have to flash over. Yeah, I'm really stuck. I couldn't go back. I couldn't wait for Vi because if Leona would have EQ'd me, I would have died in that stun duration. So I just left. Probably shouldn't have gone in there. But she came close to going first actually, so it wasn't so bad of an idea. Yeah, this is going way. The speed of this video is way too quick. I wanted to pause more and talk about micros, but maybe another time. So, we'll never hit something like that. So we have no tower. I'm just up too far. That was warded out. I just played really stupid. I shouldn't have died. I shouldn't have even been in a position to die there. I was greedy to try to get the turret for the global gold, but it wasn't a realistic possibility. I should know that Aurelia would just come bottom. She has nothing to do mid at all. So yeah, they're getting deep wards in our jungle now. which is not good. And we're doing a decent job of warding our jungle up, but it's tough. Okay, so this is whenever you want to forfeit, and been said to just wait. He teleports bottom, gets a nice ult on Triss. Her Q gets her W, doesn't get her anywhere, and we just all collapse and just get a shit ton of kills. Their Vlad and Aurelia weren't in a position to make us punish, and they tried to follow, but we're too late. So this was a really good play. When we started to play, we were aggressive, we engaged. I mean, the pressure was off, we just went all for broke, and that's exactly what we need to do sometimes. Just figure out how to just make a play on them. And their Vlad just thought he was so far ahead that he could 1v5. But we just get more kills, and we get a tower, and we just keep pushing. So, I mean, sometimes that's all it takes is just to 100% just commit and just go for it with a lot of people and use a lot of cooldowns, and you can get we got a lot of reward for just committing and using everything we had. Alright, gets our tower. Yeah, we probably should have had at least one person base sooner, since we weren't going to get to the bottom tier 2, and just to sort of get in the other lanes, but I don't even think that we were considering continuing to play at this point. Okay, so we really don't have many towers. We only have one tier 2 left. That's bottom. So they have complete control of the map. So we really need to just ward our jungle like all over the place. Just completely litter this shit with wards. We're well past level 9. We should have upgraded yellows, and just warding all over the place. I mean, you saw. I mean, this whole game they sort of swung by getting lane advantage and then roaming and ganking and just winning with odd numbered team fights or skirmishes, whatever you want to call it. So this is good by Vi. She comes in and she Qs near max range, which is what you really want to do. Pushes the Tristana back towards the Yasuo, and Yasuo has an easy follow-up. That's exactly what you want to do. Max range Qs are dangerous. It's a hard skill to hit. But getting like right inside your max range and getting right into her body, that's huge. So that was another good Q by Vi. Trying to predict that the Aurelia was going to Q onto me would have interrupted it. But, I mean, disrupting the Aurelia diving back onto me is all we needed, because I can kite through everything else in this fight. So that was just really good feel for the Kalista by everyone, especially the Vi. Just keep the Aurelia off me, and they don't have a good enough engage. Sejuani's not going to be able to ult through our team and hit me with the ultimate. And we have a wind wall, and I can ult the Brand if he gets hit by it. So that's just good to keep their dive off me. Just because I do have a lot of our team's damage in gold right now.
Red team has slain the dragon.
So we start taking dragon, they teleport, we back off immediately. Just a nice leash by us to give them the dragon. But they use teleport, so that gives Vince a chance to push top. You know, honestly, I don't mind trading towers for dragon just because towers give us gold. And the farm that goes along with clearing the waves with the tower gives the solo laner gold. But yeah, we see them going to Baron now, and they get caught pretty far up. So he basically has to face check this with no enough position. And he really does get there in time. But I think this is where you should start getting in. Just because it... Oh, wow, they really missed their smite. So that was lucky. And this is just a complete mop for us now. I mean, Aurelia got chunked by Brand. Hold on, let me just pause this for a second. So ideally, whenever you're going in to interrupt the Baron like that, you want to go in whenever it has like 3,000 health, instead of when it's down like 1,500. Because I mean, the enemy can still smite while they're CC'd, but you want to just buy time. So you want to go in there, CC them, make them feared for 2 seconds or whatever, then force them to attack you and just do as much AoE damage as you can while the rest of our team follows up. But still, we got lucky. Sejuani smited with like 800 HP too early, so I was still able to get in there in time and smite it down. So okay, so now I think we start doing a split push with the Yasuo, which is what we've been having success with recently. We have a pretty good squad, a 3-man squad middle. We can 3v3 anything that doesn't include Aurelia easily, but it was a good stun. We just were walking up the lane still. But it does its job. It completely chunks the Aurelia, so we have really strong pressure mid. They have 2 bottom, and so they're effectively have 4 players on the map right now, and no one's accounted for top. So Vince is getting really good free pushes. I mean, they still have nothing top. Okay, now they bring 5 middle, so we need to just get the fuck out. Yeah, Vi should just queue away there. Because I had Brand safe with my ultimate, and I had started backing up early enough to just walk out. So that was sort of a needless heroic act. So now the Aurelia goes on to Vince. Vince has built up enough armor now. The flash was weird, but he kills her. Aurelia's build, I think, sucks. So now here we go in mid lane. So much AoE damage between Brand and my Hurricane that this is free as fuck. Vlad wants to fight, but he just can't get Brand's way too far off, so Vlad just clears waves. So now we're feeling that this game might be actually winnable. And I remember in chat we definitely identified that we just had to kill Aurelia and win the game. Or win team fights, I mean. Aurelia, then Vlad, then Trist. Sejuani isn't even that tanky. I mean, Trist is 2 items at 30 minutes, so you know she's not going to be doing too much damage yet. And we just set back up to our 1-3-1, especially now that we know Vince can 1v1 Aurelia. But he sort of funnels into mid, which is fine. We can definitely 4v4. Probably should have. I don't know if we saw the Sejuani there. I think, yeah, we definitely saw the Sejuani was bottom before that. I think Vince should have just ulted in that checkpoint and let Vi follow up on the Aurelia. Yeah, we definitely had vision of Sejuani. But we know it's 4v4. Oh, and now we know that it's 4v3. I think you can ult this Trist right now, but too late. Oh, this seems late. Let's see if we can actually win this. Yeah, we had a small window to engage while they still had people bottom, but we just waited too long. And they clean up. Yeah, so I guess whenever we're split pushing with either 1-3-1 or 4-1, and we're really up at the inhibitor towers, they can react pretty quick by sending the guy from bottom to middle or from top to middle. So like if we have a window to engage and just blow up one of their squishies, it really has to be like immediately go in. It can't be like wait around for a couple seconds or wait for the next wave and then go in.
Red team has slain the dragon.
The people are just too close at that point. But I do like that we tried to go in. It was just untimely. Why is this game so long? Maybe another dragon. I can't. That is their third dragon, so we have time. So we have a Baron in 115, and we're all on the bottom side of the map after they took dragon. We should probably be getting people top side to start warding out for Baron and clearing potential vision. Yasuo is fine bottom because he wants to 1v1 people, but so he's drawn 2 bottom and he got people going mid. So we really, I mean, this wave we should be hitting. We should try to get this tower on this wave. So yeah, okay. So when we go back to this fight, Vi should just be standing next to the Hecarim, like way further up. But we sort of get away with it a little bit, just because we did have a 4v3 still. But it could have been much cleaner, and I wouldn't have had to go so far deep under the tower. I probably didn't have to anyway, but I did. I mean, I got 3 kills. I don't know if it was worth it or not. But yeah, if you go back to the beginning of that fight, you can see where Hecarim is. If Vi was right with Hecarim, then she could follow up on the Hecarim ult really easily, and it would have just been much cleaner. And so we actually haven't really had, I don't think we've had success this game so far split pushing. So I think we maybe call it to sort of dial it down. But I mean, I think we've been getting a little bit back with the split push so far. It's good to try. You're still just so strong in a solo lane 1v1ing people. Okay, so this is good. Vlad is obviously caught here, and we really bring people and commit to it. That was a good ult by Vince to peel back on the Aurelia to try to let us use Zero do as much damage as he could before he died. That was a good change of direction from Vince to peel off of Vlad onto the Aurelia. And so, I mean, there are only 2 strong guys are dead. We do a good job warding over the Baron. I think that Vi's going to ult this Sejuani and I'm going to secure Baron. But, or at least I hope we do that. You can ult now. Okay, that's good. Sejuani can't smite. My Renda's more than smite anyway. He's back over. Nice, so we have Baron on 4. So especially now that your Yasuo doesn't have Baron, I don't think we'll split push. Brand did a good job of basing at Baron just to clear the wave bottom because we didn't need him. If he didn't base, they would have definitely got the bottom tower, maybe inhibitor. So this is sort of an example of where we're playing well, and playing well has got us back in a game where we're down a lot. So they've obviously made mistakes, but every team we play is going to make mistakes. And you can sort of see the benefit of us just playing clean, or relatively clean. It gives us a really huge advantage, and really gives us a chance to win almost any game if we try to play smart. I don't think anybody's making any like spectacular individual plays right now or anything like that. We're just putting pressure on the map and making them respond to our pressure, which is really hard for people at our elo. Okay, so we see 2 guys bot. You're still just going to try to drag it out and spend as much time as possible. So this should be an easy dive middle. Aurelia's not even there. I mean, we should be going in on that wave. So Hecarim's top, I guess, so we couldn't. So we're just going to trade the Zero for the top tower. I guess if Vince wasn't even that close, maybe... I guess, no, that was fine. Yesterday wasn't playing so far up the lane that it was a mistake to be there. They just rush camped him. So this is really just turning into a classic silver elo group and push waves and see what happens. See who makes the mistake of getting caught first type of situation. But I think that's fine. So it almost looks like they want to fight us now. But we should win at 5v5. Yasuo has 3 items, Vince has 4 items, I have 4.5. Our characters are really in strong positions right now. Okay, that's fine. Just shit not off the brand. Okay, so we get good. Yeah, that's nice. We should rewatch that because we had a nice engage and then we had a nice AoE follow-up right after the engage. Like everybody sort of clicked together, or the 3 guys clicked together, Hecarim, Vi, and Yasuo. I don't think you'll see us doing that very often, but everybody sort of just fucked their team at the same time. And that is an example of us doing a good engage. So we have a minion wave, so there's no real need to rush this. Okay, so now we're up an inhibitor with Dragon up. Vi takes Dragon good. And we get a free tower, free inhibitor. And Vince is too fast. Okay, they start to come alive. We kill the tower and we get the fuck out. Oh, Vlad's gonna teleport behind me. Oh, he chomps, wow. Okay, they got us back there pretty good. I still think it was worth it. Vlad had a teleport. And we got the tower, so if we wanted to go back to a split push, it's open. We should, yeah, this is a mistake though. Whenever we see that the 2 of us died, we should have been mid sooner than this. But it's a nice all-in just to stall, because Vince did build full tank, so it was a good recovery. But we should have been there earlier and just met the wave at the tower. At this point, Trist is starting to get strong. She's got 3 items plus lifesteal now, so we have to start respecting her damage. But Dragon's in 115, so once again we're sort of not on the top side of the map warding and clearing vision, which is where we want to be at this point. It's a team effort. No one person can solo ward Baron at this point because there's too much of a risk of getting picked. But we should be sending platoons up there, which we did. We got there in time. I don't think we do much vision clearing though. We usually only play with 1 sweeper on our team, and then everybody else just buys wards. We might want to switch. I mean, if we have Sightstone on the support, we can probably switch over to picking up 2 sweepers in the late game and just trying to clear vision better. But yeah, we're just we're just using our mid inhibitor push to set up Baron and just try to get them into either face check or just take a Baron off of the pressure from supers. And I mean, we can definitely win 5v5 like we've been doing. So I think this is an okay decision. Okay, yeah, good. We peeled off the Baron. We were a little slow though. Yeah, the Hecarim ult came in pretty late after the Yasuo ult. I mean, you can imagine if Yasuo would have ulted and Hecarim would have followed up with the ult immediately, then Yasuo might not have died and would have walked through the fight. But the Yasuo ult was so good that it sort of covered up some of our other mistakes there. So we have 4 down. I'm not sure. Okay, Vince must base then teleport back. Because I don't see why he would base here. Okay, good. We have like 10. Oh, why don't we end this? We probably didn't need to take that inhibitor. Oh well, we played it safe because we were winning every single team fight up till now, so I guess it's fine. Yasuo teleports in. Okay, good. I get hit up by Aurelia. Oh, she flashes. We're low. Oh, Vlad, full health still. This is a good escape. We got what we really came for. I think we should have played this more aggressive and went for the jugular. Vince was full tank. He could have easily tanked the Nexus towers and ended the game. We could have ended the game off that. But good winning, free Baron. So we're playing team fights relatively well this game. Okay, here comes the real engage. Just kite back off of it. That was good. A little ambitious though. That was actually really bad, never mind. So, it looks like Hecarim and Vi all onto Leona, while Aurelia just walks through our team. And then Aurelia sort of kills me, Ryan, and Gabala at the same time. So that was a really big misplay. Oh, and she gets Vince. Nice. Yo, so that was an example of a really bad team fight. Me and Gabala also didn't even use our ults there. I died way before Gabala, so I guess I couldn't really have used it in a good way. I got bursted out like shit. That was a positioning mistake done by me.